shared 3 documents. One is PPT explaining how this course planning and all, and the next is this one Excel sheet where it has got a very detailed session by session plan. Okay, totally there are around 64 sessions over here. Okay, and I have shared the document that this one also, brochure also. According to brochure, maybe some 45 sessions were required, but at the end they have specified we have to take the certified exam also. So for those certified exams, I have added a few additional modules also. So total, I mean, whatever you're seeing this color, no, these are all extra modules I have added for certification exam, and these modules which are already there in that brochure. Okay, so totally it has come to 64 sessions. Okay, 64 sessions are there, both including how many theories around 24, practicals is around 28. Okay, and some gap modules, that's exam related modules are 7 and practical sessions are 5. So as module as per brochure is 52, and for exam extra 12. Okay, total is 64. Okay, so now I'm going to share details of this training. Okay, I mean, what does it contain for all these 64 sessions, including the practicals and this one? I'm going to explain. Okay, are you going to, I mean, are you able to see my screen now in PPT? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes. So like, I mean, coming to this GCP data engineering, it's a like, it's a popular data engineering I mean, exam certification also. But I'm going to explain how this I mean, training program goes through. Okay. So this slide is just an introductory slide where we will talk through, like, I mean, what all the sessions it will cover, what is the scope of this training program. So it covers from foundations to Google Professional Data Engineering certification also. So totally that's what it has got, some 64 sessions of 1 hour each, 22 modules, 3 real world projects. Okay. So about this program, it's a kind of an industry focused training program. Coming to my expertise, like I have got more than 3 decades of IT experience, including last 10 plus years on data analytics, data engineering, data science, plus AI and ML. I have undertaken trainings on agentic AI and GenAI also, apart from this data engineering programs also. I mean, I used to take big data whenever it, I mean, almost 6 to 7 years back. Okay, on this HDF, Hadoop and those kind of things. But I have taken the program. I have done the actual projects on GCP also. So almost 2 to 3 years on GCP and 5 years on Azure and 5 years on AWS also. Okay, so this training is mainly meant for data engineering professionals, not for data analytics. I have taken programs on Power BI and other things. Data science also I have taken. But this training program is specifically meant for GCP data engineering program. Okay, where it covers the fundamentals, right from the fundamentals to it all relates to GCP-native only. It may not relate to any other cloud platform. Okay, it is exclusively for GCP data engineering program, and that's what. I mean, who is this man? Who is it for? Like I am targeting for aspiring data engineers. Like they may have some kind of a Python knowledge or SQL knowledge. They have to upgrade their skills to GCP data engineering, because GCP cloud has got its own services, own tools. Okay, so which differs from AWS and Azure also. So we are going to go through services and tools which are mainly, which are run exclusively on GCP only. Okay, so that's what your background may be just SQL and Python, and we have to upskill. Okay, for any kind of GCP cloud engineering program. Okay, so. And anyone, like even it's, any kind of cloud professionals, no, if they want to go for any kind of certification. For example, we are targeting professional data engineering certification exam. Okay, so I will explain also what are the details of those exam and how we are going to cover module by module. Okay, so this program is meant for both detailed course from foundations to any kind of advanced concepts plus exam preparation. Okay. So that's what this program has got 22 total modules. Okay, this modules total number will comes from the course. That course whatever is there in the brochure plus exam modules. Okay, and total sessions will come to 64 sessions of 1 hour each. In that, 31 hours will be theory sessions and 33 hours will be practical sessions. Okay, and in between, like we are going to do real world projects, 3 real world projects on exact GCP platform only. Okay. So what's your learning journey? Like it has got some four phases. Okay, it has been divided into 4 phases. In first phase, it's a foundations. Like you may have some kind of a background, like Python or SQL, very minimum background. Okay, so on that foundations, we are going to see what is the fundamental concepts involving big data. Big data, it can be like, big data has been coined 14, 15 years back itself. Okay, whenever there is kind of unstructured data, semi-structured data, no. So this big data came into picture using Hadoop and then Spark. Okay, now BigQuery and big table has also come from the Google side. Okay, and we're going to run the foundations for Linux, usual Linux bash script commands, plus SQL foundational commands, plus any kind of data warehouse concepts. But it's a generic term. Okay, and then we'll come to GCP introduction. Basically, like we'll go through in detail what is the, how it relates to Google platform and any kind of access management. Okay, IAM is nothing but the access management, where you will be the admin and how to manage the resources, how to add the users, how to revoke, how to those kind of things. Okay, and the phase 2 will be GCP core. Okay, it has got some kind of 4 modules over there. There we'll start with the cloud storage.
Venkatesh sir.
Yeah.
Venkatesh sir, can we please hold for 2 minutes? Like actually a candidate got disconnected, so we require to wait for 2 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, let me know, like when should I restart? Okay.
Now you can continue, sir. Manikanta.
I will request Manikanta and everyone to be on the camera so that we will be able to see that everyone is present and the session will be more interactive. And also, sir, I want you to keep Manikanta little engaged so that you can actually understand his expectation, because mostly we have kept the session from the perspective that last time when we kept a session with the trainer was not according to the expectations of him. So this time we want to make sure that both parties are aligned together, and then only we will proceed. And also, rather than covering about what, of course, that we will cover also, that what is the part of the curriculum, but I just want you to understand his expectations also by keeping this conversation little engaging so that we can take it forward.
Sure. That's why I asked Abdul also in the beginning itself, his background and all, so that I will also come to know, like, yes. How to engage him and how to how to take him through the course. Okay.
Sure.
And hello, Manikanta.
Hey, hi, Babu. How are you?
Yeah, doing fine. That's what I mean to say. Like, what's your background and what's your expectation?
I have around 9+ years of experience in IT.
Okay.
I used to start with the mechanical designing. Later, I used to migrate as a .NET.
Okay.
But last 2.5 years, I'm in complete data engineering domain.
Okay.
Because before the data engineering, I was involved R&D project for Google Cloud, Azure, Databricks, Data Factory, Python, PySpark, SQL, and ClickHouse database I was used in there.
Okay.
But now from last 1.8 years, 18 months almost from I am in HSBC client. I was dealing with the migration project for a complete batch loading. Here I was worked as a complete core PySpark developer.
Okay.
Coding side I was then good actually in PySpark and SQL.
Okay.
From scratch applications we implemented end-to-end things. But in the cloud phase we only just uses for Dataflow and BigQuery for verification and cluster creation purpose. But I want to go end-to-end data engineering things like streaming also, first one, and second one is BigQuery. I want to learn like end-to-end everything actually, concepts wise and real-time scenario in the industry expectations as per the 9 years exposures.
Okay.
So those I am looking majorly.
Okay.
Because in Azure also I have a good idea on the Databricks somewhere else.
Okay.
some couple of concepts. Yeah.
Okay, so you might have, I mean, you already worked on BigQuery and Dataproc. That's what
Yeah,
it is.
BigQuery, Databricks, we used to work on just for cluster creation only.
Okay.
Infrateam is going to create the clusters, and we are going to create the through Apache Airflow, like a composer now.
Okay.
Yeah, in BigQuery, whatever we developed in the PySpark code for end-to-end development for the tables level, those validation purpose through using SQL and BigQuery, I was used to validate the data and the schema and everything actually counts and in the BigQuery perspective. But I want end-to-end the things like why BigQuery and all. It is like a warehousing tool, right?
Okay.
So nowadays in the market, BigQuery and Databricks also very huge demand, right? So that is the reason I'm going to expect end-to-end things.
Okay, no problem.
With the industry expectations actually in the product based.
Okay.
Good to know.
Yeah, good to know. Like this, I think you have gone through the brochure also, no? What we are going to cover here? Have you gone through that PDF brochure?
Just now you shared to me.
Okay. I mean, just you can go through it afterwards also. It covers everything. I mean, whatever you are looking now, it covers everything in detail. But that's what I have to customize the content. I have got some generic content right now, but I have to customize and I will teach the course from end to end. Okay, both theory and practicals. Okay. 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 Are you going to? I mean, are you able to see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay. So that's what I was explaining. I mean, what is the course of this training program? It has got 4 phases. First is the foundations. I mean, whoever has got some minimum knowledge of SQL and Python, they can start with this foundations itself. From there onwards, we have to go through some kind of a customization for this concept, data warehouse concepts, Linux, SQL. It is generic concepts which applies to any platform. Okay. But after that, we have to customize. I mean, you have to know some concepts which is very customized to GCP and especially this identity access management also. In the phase 2, we are going to have some kind of a GCP core knowledge. We'll go through the cloud storage, various cloud storage. It can be blob storage. So many things are there in Azure, but parallelly, so many products are there for this one also, GCP and BigQuery. That's what. It's a data warehouse kind of a thing. We go through in detail, and a cloud composer and a workflow using the Airflow plus Apache Beam. Okay, Airflow you might have heard of DAG. Okay, directed active graph, where we used to schedule and we used to have stepwise, task-wise. Okay, we used to connect for any kind of ETL pipelines, those kind of things. Now, within that ETL pipelines, you can have Apache Beam also, where you can run any kind of data pipeline on any platform like Spark or Dataflow or those kind of things. Okay, we'll go through those in detail in the phase 2. In the phase 3, it's a kind of an advanced GCP only. For example, we have to go through batch processing plus real-time streaming also using Dataflow. And apart from that, how to govern. You have to take care of any kind of monitoring, troubleshooting, logging, any kind of governance activities. No, we'll go through in the phase 3, and in the phase 4, that's what we have to make. You have to be very thorough and you have to be confident to take the exams. Okay, that's the certification exam at the end of the training program. Okay, I have added some kind of a 6 gap modules also, where usually these modules will cover the whole of the, most of the questions which is asked in certified exam. Okay. Apart from learning the foundations, concepts, practicals, everything, now I've added some 6 modules to prepare you for the professional exam. Okay. So, for example, in module 1, you'll have some kind of an introduction to big data also. Big data, it's kind almost 15 years back. Okay. Hadoop and other platforms. That's what we'll cover. Why big data came? Because of unstructured and semi-structured data. Okay, and apart from that, it covers the HDFS. It is based on the HDFS Hadoop. It's one of distributed processing. Okay, and apart from that, that's what it is built on the top of the Hadoop. Okay, the Spark, everything and this big data also. They have borrowed it's a kind of open source Apache projects only. So they have borrowed everything from It's open source modules only. Okay. And coming to foundation, that's what in Linux, at least you should have some kind of because most popular Linux version is Ubuntu, right? I mean, right now you can have CentOS also, but at least you should be able to know how to run the bash scripts. I mean, usual file storage commands, usually, I mean, the CLI commands, okay, for a Linux, both theory and practicals, and SQL also. You should be knowing some SQL, RDBMS language. It can be used for any kind of row level database also, or a columnar database also. And SQL can be now used in big ML also, where you will write the SQL statements to train, to predict, all those things. Previously, we used to have some kind of a separate modules for that. But right now, you can do training, prediction, everything, okay, evaluation, everything using the SQL statements in the big ML, okay. So we'll run like data warehouse, OLTP versus OLAP, NoSQL and SQL. I mean, what are the file formats? I mean, what are the API levels? Those kind of things we go through in this one, foundations, okay. And in GCP introduction and IAM, that's what, at least, I mean, everybody will have a Gmail account, okay. Even though I have created a Gmail account, on top of that, I'm using so many Gemini APIs. And apart from that, all other APIs also have used, okay. So you have to create an GCP account to make any kind of hands-on lab, and you might have to pay for some kind of a paid APIs also. But most of the APIs you are using, it's free up to certain limit. Okay, you can use, but at least you should have some kind of a Gmail account where you can access the GCP cloud platform. Okay. And cloud storage and first, I mean, again, storage. I mean, there can be like various type of storage in GCP. It is customized for GCP itself, including buckets. Buckets is very much common in AWS and Azure also. Likewise, objects and storage. You might have heard of S3 in AWS, but the same equivalent storage is there in GCP also. And what is the lifecycle management for any kind of object, whichever you are storing? Like it can be like same thing. It will have its own life cycle. For example, how to delete, how to create buckets, those kind of things. Okay, and hands-on lab also will cover. It will cover the whole architecture. Maybe like data lake architecture also. You might have heard of data lake architecture in Databricks and all. The same thing. Same parallel services and parallel products are there in GCP also. And next comes the database. So BigQuery is nothing. It's really compare other models. Hello, yeah. So we are going to learn the architecture-wise. What is the architecture, overall architecture, and how it is internally, how it has been configured. Okay, and the kind of partitioning and clustering also. We are going to go for BigQuery and the query, how to optimize the query for cost savings. And any kind of plan, explain those commands. We can go for BigQuery also. The same SQL statements we are going to use for this columnar database also, and we are going to use some kind of an advanced SQL also, window functions, those kind of things using SQL only.
So Manikanta, this is the way only the training is going to happen. Whenever you will be going to the training with sir, mostly in a batch 4 to 5 candidates will be there only. And so far you have understood almost the curriculum and everything. If you want, sir can explain you a little bit more, but I think so far you must have get a basic idea that how exactly the training is going to happen. The best part of the training is the batch size will be only 3-4. Now I understand it's a first class, so you might be having confusion in taking decision. But whenever you will be spending 40 hours with sir, and only 2-3 participants or 4 participants will be there, you will have a better rapport with sir, and then it will be easy for you. And if you want, I can share you the sir's profile and you can search about him also. He is having very good reputation in training cloud computing courses. So if you make a decision, then we can decide to go ahead. And if you still have some questions, you can ask, because like last time I do not want to go like that. That sir explain everything, and then without understanding that what went wrong, we will end up the close. So if you have anything, if you just think like, okay, it will work out, then we can continue the call. Or if you have any questions also, you can talk to me, sir. Because the best part of JastTech over any other institution is that we are going to train you in smaller batches. and the kind of experience sir have or other trainers have, you will have more one-to-one interaction. So if you have anything, you can ask, and sir will explain you about that. And about the decision-making part, I would like to know also.
Okay, so coming to this next slide, this is the advanced features. I mean, basic foundational features plus advanced features. Okay, and you got the detailed content, table of contents in the brochure also. So you can go through it in detail. And next comes the modules 8 and 9, like where we go through a workflow orchestration using Apache Airflow, and where we used to have some kind of, we can design, okay, using Python code, or we can drag and drop kind of a thing in the UI side also. So we'll have some kind of a task. What is the parallel dependency? What is the sequential dependency in this Airflow architecture? And how to, I mean, basically how to create and compose, okay? I mean, it kind of, it's both practicals, almost 5 practical sessions are there, how to create and how to execute the data pipeline, and how to schedule it, and how to check the errors. In those kind of things, we are going to go through this workflow orchestration using Airflow plus Airbeam beam also, okay? And any kind of batch processing, we are going to go in detail using the Spark and Dataproc. I mean, Dataproc, that's what Dataproc is, just in managed infrastructure service, okay? If you take an example, like a Spark is like an engine of the car, okay? Dataproc is nothing but it's a car itself, like so it's a managed infrastructure services from the GCP, and in detail we are going through batch data processing, okay? So how to performance, how to tune the performance, how to submit the Spark jobs, and how to take care of any kind of non-functional requirements, okay? We are going through batch processing using Spark and Dataproc. And for real-time streaming, we are going to use Dataflow, okay? Where PubSub, I mean, it's for real-time ingestion, where we can have some kind of using Kafka or any other message queuing, we can go through the PubSub. And that's what I already told about Apache Beam and Dataflow, okay? So this is the one where it can run the any kind of data pipeline. It can be on Spark, it can be on Dataflow, anything, okay? And we are going to have Bigtable for any kind of storage, and the BigQuery for any kind of query, analytic queries also, okay? So this is the end-to-end workflow. First we go through PubSub, Dataflow, and then BigQuery, okay? Then that's what, apart from this functional requirements, we have to take care of the non-functional requirements also. How to govern, how to monitor, and how to troubleshoot. But most of the GCP services will come monitoring inbuilt itself, okay? So we have to stay, I mean, otherwise we have to go for the separate, I mean, any kind of services, okay? Monitoring or logging, troubleshooting services also. We'll go through each and everything, both theory and practicals, how to configure and how to monitor, okay? I mean, what are the pipelines we are creating, how to, while running, while execution these data pipelines. No? We may come across so many errors, so many those, many bottlenecks or any kind of performance issues, we can monitor and we can troubleshoot. And we are going to some kind of a metadata kind of a thing using data catalog, and we are going to see like what is the data lineage. This comes under a governance only, because it has to be it should be able to properly audit also, okay? For that we have to maintain the data lineage and any kind of security level. We can have kind of a column level security, since it's we are using the BigQuery and Bigtable, but we can have the column level security itself, okay? So these are the real projects, real world projects. We are going to have it in end-to-end, 3 projects within the course, okay? One is a modern data lake plus analytics platform. Another is batch processing with Spark. And the third one is streaming. One is batch, one is a real-time streaming pipeline. I have already explained PubSub, Dataflow, and Bigtable and BigQuery. This is the flow. And apart from that, we'll have the batch processing with Spark and Dataproc, okay? And first one is the data lake. And everything will start with the data lake only, where we can see ETL and the ELT pipelines using BigQuery. At the same time, we have to go through this partitioning and clustering, okay, for Dataproc. So after that, I mean, at the end, I have added few of the additional modules to prepare you for the certification exam, okay? So this is the format of exam I have given you. So you are going to get prepared for this exam towards the end of this training program. Okay. So, I mean, these are the additional modules I've added, especially for the professional exam. Okay. These are the security deep dive. They may ask questions. These are all multi MCQ questions. Okay. So they may ask, for example, security, deep dive security questions, advanced storage, and data flow advanced. Everything advanced topics, they will definitely ask in exam. So we have added the separate modules for all this. I mean, any kind of exam related. And for example, security deep dive will cover in domain 1. Okay. Totally, we have got some kind of 5 domains. So within each and every domain, okay, I have shared one Excel sheet also, detailed one, okay, which theory, which practical, for which session, which domain, everything I have mentioned clearly there, and I given the summary of what are the modules I'm going to cover. Okay, so this is the one. This is the extra modules I have added. Security deep dive. I mean, I told security deep dive. No, this is the first one, and we'll have both theory and practicals. How to, like, using IAM and using another any kind of organization control, no? How to have some kind of a deep security in the GCP itself. For example, if you've gone through AWS and Azure, no, there also will have some kind of a resource manager and IAM. Okay, the same principles also holds good in GCP also. You have to define some policies, and we have to, based on that policies only, we have to allocate resources, and we have to allocate users. You can invoke. Invoke, or you can suppress. I mean, those kind of access controls will be there, fine-grained access controls using IAM. Some kind of an advanced storage also, you may come across few questions on advanced storage and data flow streaming also. So we are covering in the separate module, okay. And apart from that, ML is also there on BigQuery, okay, using BigML, because this is the one where where we can use the SQL statement itself to query, to run any kind of ML APIs, okay, whether it can be trained or predict or anything, those kind of things, evaluation, everything can run using BigQuery ML plus Vertex, okay. So that's what create model, ML, evaluate, everything looks like SQL statement only. There is no separate API calls for that. You can use the SQL statement itself for any kind of ML, machine learning, like you can predict, you can create model, you can evaluate using hyperparameters, all those things you can do using SQL itself, okay. And some kind of a disaster recovery, high availability and cloud migration will be there. Some services, we'll go through some detail, because you come across these kind of questions in exam, okay. So these are the patterns. What are the patterns for any kind of high availability patterns, and what are the migration services available? For example, how to migrate any kind of RDBMS to GCP database, okay, cloud storage, okay. All those things will come with theory and practicals, okay. What are the migration strategies, and what is the storage transfer service, okay. So we'll come through some services, some tools which are going to use in GCP, okay. So this is the one. For example, professional data engineering exam, no. So we are going to have some kind of a percentage, okay. We have got some kind of a 5 domains over there, and each and every domain. No, for example, domain 2 it will cover 25% of the this one, okay, exam, okay. And domain 1 will cover the 22% of the exam, okay. And modules names also are given from M1 to M9, okay. So this is the training summary. Starting from the big data and cloud foundations, we'll come through both functional and non-functional requirements on the GCP. Ending with the governance, security, and monitoring. In between, we'll go through data lake and storage in detail. Both theory and practicals will be there. It's not just theory. Both theory and practicals will be there for each and every module. Okay, that's what. If you go to that Excel sheet now, I have given every detail. Almost 50% will be the practicals only. 50% practicals, 50% theory. Okay. So these are the key tools, key technologies we are going to cover. You can just go through it. You can understand. Like these are the various services for storage, and these are the various services for orchestration, for security and governance. These are the various tools or various services in GCP, and these are the batch processing. And for real-time streaming, we are going to use Dataflow. Okay. And apart from that, on top of this BigQuery and Bigtable, we are going to use ML also, machine learning. Okay, using Vertex AI, AutoML, and other services. Okay. So that's what I mean, how to like next steps, and this is the last slide. Okay, so I mean, upon completion, you should be able to build 3 production grade GCP engineering projects, and you will get sufficient hands-on experience. Maybe almost 35 practical sessions are there, and you will come fully prepared for your exam also, certified exam also. So this is the end goal. At least you should be able to confidently, you should be able to pass that exam. Along with that, end-to-end concepts plus any kind of GCP data engineering. Okay. So, any questions? Any doubts?
Manikanta, are you there? Hello. Mani, if you have any questions, you can ask, please.
Abdul, if you have any questions, you can also ask, please.
Just go through those 3 documents which I have shared. Okay, brochure plus Excel plus 3 documents I have shared. PPT also I have shared. Okay, whatever I have gone through this one. So just go through it and you can decide. Okay, because okay. Hello, Basukant.
Yes, sir. The candidate is not responding. I think.
He's there. I mean, he's there. No, Manikanta. Hello.
He's there. He just responded. Mani, if you are there, you can ask if you have any question. Manikanta, are you there?
I think he got just dropped.
Maybe he will. Let me ask.
Hi, Venkatesh sir.